Christopher Nolan knows cinema. He probably knows more about cinema than any other writer-director working today. You can even ask your grandmother about him, and she'll know his whole filmography, even Insomnia, which I still haven't seen. Whether it be a small $6,000 budget or a $250 million budget, Nolan just knows how to craft a film, unlike some filmmakers. The London-born heartthrob has taken Hollywood by the balls. One Warner Brothers executive asked to see the script for Tenet. Nolan sent him to the hospital with a broken back, Bane style. He single-handedly changed the film industry forever, and he's the only director that can surprise audiences, make idiots with low IQs say that they are confusing or inaudible. So here are the reasons why Christopher Nolan has earned his God King status. Most filmmakers working today have either had their mommy or daddy working in the industry, like this asshole. But God King Nolan didn't have that luxury. He had to suffer. He actually never saw a movie before he shot his feature-length film, Following. His parents tried to keep him away from modern technology and its problems, so that young Chris Nolan could focus on working on their family farm on the outskirts of London. Until one day, a package containing a camera landed on his front porch. And to this day, he doesn't know who dropped off that camera. Many believe it was Nolan himself delivering it from the future. Wouldn't that be some non-linear storytelling? Dear Mum, a camera arrived on our doorstep. This one's different though. When I hit the button, it captures real life and transmit it some sort of way. I'm gonna take this thing to Hollywood and try to make some movies, which is a word I just discovered, and it's a shortening of moving pictures. This is kind of what happens when I hit this button. I don't know. Might nail a supermodel or something. Take care of the fam for me. Sorry I couldn't be there on the farm. Dearest, Chrissy Bear. P.S. Keep Jonah away from the typewriter. Kid's got too much sense for his own good. As of now, Chris Nolan literally has the biggest brain in the film industry. Leaked physicians' records show that his brain contains twice the amount of brain cells that an average brain has. This really shouldn't be possible. But as we know with Nolan, anything is possible. There was also a note by the physician that said Nolan has the largest penis he's ever seen. Even bigger than Willem Dafoe's penis. Nolan not only embraces old school filmmaking, he pushes its boundaries with every film he makes. He shoots on film, 70mm IMAX. That means you can literally touch the frames, which makes it instantly better than digital. He is the most traditionalist and innovative filmmaker working today. And just like the old school filmmakers, he pushes to have everything in camera. No CGI, all practical effects. For scenes where he needs people to die, he hires people on death row for the job. Why? Because it's for the art of cinema. His invention of non-linear storytelling with the 2000 film Memento shook the bones of the film industry. If you don't know about non-linear storytelling, then you're an idiot, and you shouldn't be watching this video. Seriously, pause the video, go out right now, and sign up for a film studies class at your local community college. And then you can come back here when you have a brain capable of understanding Nolan, okay? Did you do it? Okay. This style of storytelling makes his films highly confusing for the majority of the general audience, and sometimes even for us cinephiles. Inception is a great example of being brilliantly complicated. Whose dream are we in? What happens if they all fall into a sex dream? Am I dreaming this film? Those questions are never answered in the film, and that's why it's in my top 5 of all time. Most of God King Nolan's films have been held in high regard by the critics and audiences, as they deserve to be. However, there are a few of his films that have gotten some undeserved criticisms. The Prestige, 2006. Rotten Tomato scores. Critics, 76%. Audiences, 92%. This is the ultimate indie gem. Nobody talks about it enough. It might be the most underrated film of all time. You know what? It is. If you want to be a true film bro, you have to check this film out. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. Rotten Tomatoes. Critics, 87%. Audience, 90%. Initially, this film had great reviews by the critics and audiences. However, over the years, there have been more and more critiques made about this film. Low IQ people like complaining about Miranda Tate or Talia al Ghul's death scene. How Batman got back to Gotham from the pit in less than a day without any money. Why they didn't just overturn Bane's clearly fraudulent trades. How the fight choreography wasn't really that good. Why all the police went into the sewer instead of, going like half in, half out. How John Blake, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, knows Bruce Wayne was Batman by just his mannerisms and childhood memories. Why Batman spent probably hours making the bat symbol on the bridge out of kerosene. And what I say to all of these TDKR haters is, shut up. Interstellar, 2014. Rotten Tomatoes score. Critics, 72%. Audience, 86%. This score shocked Nolan fans all over the world. How could a Nolan film get this low of a score? It has Nolan's most gorgeous visuals, and the score by Hans Zimmer just rattles your eardrums. It actually helped me drain out a lot of fluids from my ears. Thank you, God King. You saved me a doctor's visit, which is really helpful because I don't have insurance. Sometimes if I get out of a shower and my ears are still clogged, put in headphones and crank that thing to 10, and just let Hans Zimmer organ clear it all out. Seriously guys, try it. It helps. Tenet, 2020. Rotten Tomatoes score. Critics, 71%. Audience, 76%. Still a sore subject for us at the Kernel offices. I can't really say anything more than what I said in my review for this masterpiece. Just go check out the review of the first episode of our podcast. Nolan worked really hard on the movie. And Robert Pattinson is really in. And Washington is stepping the father's shadow. To this date, Christopher Nolan has not won a single Academy Award for directing. It used to annoy me to think that he doesn't have an Oscar on his mantle, but now I hope he never does. Look at Alfred Hitchcock, Federico Fellini, Akira Kurosawa, Charlie Chaplin, Sidney Lumet, Orson Welles, and Stanley Kubrick. These are all genius filmmakers who never won an Oscar for Best Directing. So if he never wins, he'll just top that prestigious list. This is something he's improved so much on. I know, how could he improve on anything? He's been perfect since day one. Just hear me out. It took him a good decade, but now Nolan has leaned fully into his instincts and has changed his approach of sound mixing in his films, which has clearly been for the better. Since Interstellar, he has started to let the music swell in and take over scenes. And it just makes everything more powerful and moving. And it's really not that important to hear dialogue. God King Nolan constructs his films so you have to be an active viewer and you have to pay attention. So if you really want to watch his films the way he intended it, you should be reading the lips of the actors. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe down below. And check us out on Instagram and TikTok. Also, Nolan, if you did watch the video, please contact us. I'd love to collaborate on a project. I've got this great script about this underappreciated podcast host who just no one really recognizes the true talent inside of him. And he's kind of just looking for love in a hopeless world. So, something to think about if you are interested.